He just need to stop touching people, yo.
He learned his lesson to never have his shirt off around me again when he was drunk.
He got me later on that, yeah.
I got him on the other side later on that night because he didn't learn his lesson.
And it took me what, like 2 months to remember that?
Yeah, that's sexual harassment.
Isn't it?
So you're a fucking Peter.
Is that what it is?
Because I was in my own house, right?
Yeah.
And in my own house, I have the right to be drunk how I want, right?
He came into your dwelling and harassed you. I think we got a case, man. We can take this shit to court.
You're right.
Across the street, yo.
Wait there until tomorrow morning. Nah, yo, I'm first in line.
Do you have any physical evidence supporting your claim?
Run the show. Look, run the show back. You admitted it. It's on air, bro.
So you're gonna have a civil suit 6 years after it happened.
Yeah.
They're gonna throw it out.
Look how they did Bill Cosby.
Oh, snap.
Oh, God.
All right. We're going to go
40 years ago, and there you go.
We're about to go on break. Give us a call at 410-702-5657 or text us at 443-642-9403 if you want to talk to any of us. You can always catch us at the YouTube Live. Just look up Be Exposed Radio. You'll find our live show. Or you can go to Be Exposed Facebook page and go to Facebook Live there. If you want to message me off the Weird Radio fan page, you can. It's a little weird. Sometimes I get them. Sometimes I don't. But you can keep trying. Or message my personal page, Kenyon Parson. It's got my face on it, so you know it's me. You can hit up TC. Snapchat. TC on the air.
Instagram. TC on the air.
Hit them up, especially if you want to win stuff.
Yeah, because somebody's snapping me now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't get to win stuff. You didn't suggest a Black Russian. I just want them to be sure.
Right. You have to suggest a drink. So he can stop making that face.
I'm sorry, yo. I gotta drink it, but I drink it again.
All right. This is Weird Radio on BeExposedRadio.com. We'll be right back.
Shit's gross.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange radio show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything, in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being women, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are, what you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait. Mom, what? Huh?
What?
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
Hello. Good morning to everybody out there. This is the Artist Exchange, presented by BeExposedRadio.com. Today I'm your host, TJ TranceVizion Bates. What we usually hold on every second Saturday for 2 hours is Art Talk powered by ArtistVizion.com. Today we have two guests in here today, two visual artists, two artists probably at different levels of the game, so we can get different perspectives on how they are attacking their careers as artists. And I want to introduce Ben.
Yep, my name is Benjamin Young Savage. I'm a graphic artist. I've been living in Baltimore for almost 18 years now.
Okay. KG?
Yes, my name is Kenneth Graves. I'm also an artist. I'm a visual artist, and I've been in Baltimore on and off for maybe about 9 years now. So.
Okay. And I just want to refresh people's minds on that today and later today we have Artist Hue going on at not sure an actual place, but it starts at 9 o'clock. It's an artist networking event that if I'm quite sure y'all you've heard about it. I think I've sent you the link.
Yeah.
So if you have free time, go out there, check it out. It's a lot of artists network there. You have a lot of gallery owners, people that's putting on shows. So if you want to gain some exposure, that'll be a good networking event to attend. Also, we have coming up November 18th Art Talks at 12 p.m. It's a live panel of discussions here on the Artist Exchange Radio. So as I dive in, and just to let y'all know, Artist Vision is what I created. Is more so a way to connect and network with other visual artists in the area or nationally, and we spotlight visual artists on their work, and we also hold features because I feel like people need to know who these artists are and connect with the artists where you can sell yourself, which will increase your sales. So I feel like we need to gain an appreciation in the arts. So this is why I do ArtistVizion.com, and this is why I extended out and reached out to the Artist Exchange to hold these art talks once a month with artists, just to connect and let people know your story.
Right.
So we just want to get into how did you get into art, like just the initial things that you enjoyed about it, and just the initial pull to artwork. Ben, or who wants to go first?
Let me go first. For me, I remember doing art when I was like a little kid, even kindergarten. But as I grew older, I liked the fact that you get to pull the audience in and have them tune into something different, something that they're not used to. Even if somebody likes realistic or hyper realism things, you can also pull them in with different colors. It don't have to be an image. It don't have to be anything specific. So growing up, for me, it was really exciting just to see how people stay tuned into what you're doing or how you evolve, and just loving the fact that you're different and you can do art. That was always captivating to me. So.
You say that was captivating to you. Anything particular that was the initial captivation that you just saw and it was just like, I want to go down the rabbit hole on this?
It was more so the fact that if I was to do a picture for someone, or if I just did something for myself and someone loved it that much to actually want to put it in their house, that was the best feeling that I could never have. I never needed money or anything for it. But it led me to want to do more and to see how many more people that I can have want my art inside their house, to bring them in, to make them have the same feeling of excitement, to where every time they saw that piece, it made them feel a certain type of way or brought a certain emotion towards them every single time.
Cool. I understand that. I understand that feeling. That's how that's kind of why I went and started going down to keep on creating and turning it into kind of like a business, is because of the initial love that once you put out there and you show people, they just like gravitated towards it. Exactly. It's just like, I had this the whole time. For you, Ben, just that
I mean, it was the same for me. I always drew. I always was interested in drawing. but I didn't really consider art as a profession until much later. I initially went to school for engineering, and while I was in the classes doing engineering, I realized that that wasn't what I had a passion for. What I had a passion for was creating things, and an engineer takes what somebody else creates and makes it real. Like, they'll figure out, oh, it needs to be made out of this type of metal, it needs to be built this kind of way. And I realized I wanted to be into the design aspect, and so I switched majors. And at the school that I was going to, when you went into graphic arts, you were put in the arts program. So you had to study painting, you had to study drawing, you had to study a bunch of other things as well as the graphics work. And when I was in those classes, I didn't get along very well with the other artists who were like there to study like being an artist and, you know, getting into art galleries. And we didn't get along at all. And they kept, you know, a couple of them came up to me and flat out said, like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here? Like, you are hack. Like, what is your purpose? And for me, I took that and I was like, well, listen, I'm gonna be a hack then. Like, I'll do my graphic arts thing. I won't be in your galleries. Like, I'm not gonna be in your way. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna try to like make business cards and logos and that kind of thing. And then later on, one of my friends, Ayanna, and my wife Tamika, like they sat me down and they're like, look, listen, like you could make art. And I'm like, I know some artists. Like, I'm not in that world. They're like, well, you need to try it at least because like you're talented with this. And so I was more or less like pushed and pulled and dragged into creating art. It wasn't initially what I set out to do. Even though I always drew as a kid, like I never really considered that like as something that I could really give to the world.
And I feel like that's more so on the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
Really like understanding the game and the art scene and how to maneuver in the art scene, as to where you have other artists who are the painters, who are the creators, that they're just creating material but don't really know the business aspect of it. And I've seen it's a rise in how many artists are really trying to turn their artwork into businesses.
Well, they have to. So I came around it from the opposite end. So I had built a successful graphic design company first, you know, and I was flourishing with that. But, you know, like my wife said, she's like, you spent too much time in that. You need a hobby. You know, the graphic design is doing great, but like it can't be everything that you do. And because of that, like I understood how business worked and how like you have to sell yourself in certain ways. So even though like, you know, I was finally freeing myself to like be able to create art and to you know, be more creative and make something that was my own vision rather than somebody else's. I still had that in the back of my mind being like, okay, once this is done, like what am I gonna do with it? Is it gonna sit in my basement? Like I have to get it into galleries. Like I have to get it in front of people. I have to get it in people's homes. And for me, that's what art is really about. I really like, you know, if it can inspire somebody and somebody wants to put it on their wall and like want to look at it every day, that means a lot to me.
Yeah, that's a great feeling when somebody reach out to you, you know, when they get some work done, and then
it's the best feeling.
It's the best feeling.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
Because a lot of time in my instances, people see my style, but they don't necessarily want a particular thing I've already done. They kind of want their version that I give them of that. And sometimes you present with them and it's just like they're blown away because they had no idea it was going to come out that way.
And you know, because like you vend, like that's how you and I really got connected. It was out and sitting out of the tent, like waiting for somebody to walk by. But when somebody comes by your booth and like picks up your piece and just like stares at it in silence and just like engrosses himself into that piece, like there's nothing like that feeling, and watching people connect.
The perception, like my perception of my own and viewing it, and then somebody else having their own, but it's the same reaction of love,
just different,
but it's just
a
different perception.
Cause that was how it was for me. I did an art show about a year and a half ago, and this man walked by and seen this one piece I did, and he liked it. He couldn't afford it at the time, and I recently just did one maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago, And it's the same guy. He was like, I've been wanting this piece. I've been craving for this piece. He said, I've been looking all over for you. I'm buying it now. And he was ready. Like, he was prepared. So to know that somebody waited that long
and he was
just to get a piece, right? For that long, just to get a piece from me, it makes me like so excited. Like I get so happy about it because it's like, wow, somebody really waited long for something that I created.
You can create a bond with a person and not even have not even a word.
Not even know.
Exactly.
And then when they get to know you and then to follow you, it's like a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Like they have dedicated customers, and wherever they go, they find. I remember I chased one lady around from Hartford County, Baltimore City, Severance. It was just like, I love the work.
Right.
So that with that business aspect, like when did you personally look at it like a business aspect or trying to go down that road?
When I realized that like I would create a lot of pieces, I would have them in my house, but they weren't going anywhere because it's like you really have to. It's not just you have to have good communication, but you have to know, you have to talk to a lot of people, whether they're artists or not artists. Walk around a certain business, see if you can hang stuff up. And I knew I wanted my stuff out there, so I knew I had to take the initiative to actually put it out there. So I will walk around to individual places. Hey, if I give you this painting for free, would you pass my cards out to everybody that you cut their hair for? Like, that's why I was like, you know what? I need to do this. I have to do this. I have to stay consistent about it. And that way it will get me out there as much as I want to. And then social media made a big play on it for me too. Being able to Instagram and Facebook. It's like the best thing for me right now.
Social media really opened the market up for a lot of people that didn't have that avenue. Yeah. And now the market is flowing. And now we already stand out from each other with what we create, but now you have to stand out even further or like really find your niche in the water and attack that niche.
And then to be able to talk to other artists on social media, like whether they're in Canada or Africa or London, to be able to talk to all these people and get different perspectives or different views on how they approach their business or how they go out to market themselves. That's also been a benefit in my.
Because I think you had the traditional sense of artists.
Right.
The gallery, they're in galleries. Gallery is breaking them. And then I think nowadays you have more of a merchandising aspect of an artist where you can do a multitude of different things and get your artwork out there and licensing agreements and stuff of that nature. Like, I guess the idea of being an artist at one point was a starving artist to where now people are really
thriving.
They're thriving. It's their business. It's their life. Just being a creative. And I think that's where like people kind of get into the game. Like, oh, all right, well, in the art scene, like vending and opportunities of that nature, like, all right, I can really make a business out of this. This is really starting my own small business. And just how far you want to go with that. Like, what's the level that you see yourself going to being satisfied, or where some people drive is just they want to be that well-known artist. They want to be that artist, So when we come back, we'll talk about that aspect of what drives you to be that type of artist. For anybody that wants to call in and talk to the artist and show support, it's 410-702-5657. This is the Artist Exchange, BeExposedRadio.com. This is Art Talk with TranceVizion. Check out ArtistVision.com.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
we're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right? Radio Loyalty. Click that banner to join now.
It's time for flashback.
Now, I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know, but
it's just the one you had. That was
just particular one, right? You know.
Didn't get a chance to tune in last week? Well, here's what you missed on the Artist Exchange radio show.
Being a stage actor, how has that prepared you for comedy?
Oh man, I think that being a thespian definitely gave me a head start and an advantage over most of the guys who just go right into comedy. I mean, it definitely helps with stage presence, memorization. Just, you know, a lot of comedians in the city, they don't consider every aspect of the performance, like what you're wearing, you know, how you say certain words, and being a stage actor, like I definitely, I'm thinking about every part of the joke when I write it or when I perform it. You know, like I try to do it as a performer without looking too stagey.
Tune in every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. and every Saturday 12 to 2 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com. This is the Artist Exchange. Real artists, real talk.
Just a bit outside radio show.
There is one glaring stat that I read about while watching the games over the weekend. New York Yankees went 22 straight innings with at least one strikeout.
Really?
That's a major league record for the postseason.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting statistic.
It is. You know, and then when you think about it, it's like, okay, you know, that, to me, that's like a big reason why, you know, they're losing right now.
What is hood respect? Family, life, work, love. We are all from the hood and we all want respect. That's why we wear Hood Respect. Available in men's, women's, and kids. For more information and ordering options, contact Instagram at Hood Respect, Facebook to Mel Martin Sr., and email at hoodrespect.tms71@gmail.com. The look you need is Hood Respect.
Do you want to promote your business? Do you want to get yourself noticed? Well then, why not sponsor us? There are lots of different options to choose from commercial spots and on-air shoutouts, to interviews, and even putting your logo on our website. Don't miss these great opportunities to get noticed. Check out our sponsorship packages on our Facebook page or on our website, BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Art Talk on the Artist Exchange Radio by BeExposedRadio.com. I'm your host, TJ TranceVizion Bates. We have our co-host in.
Hey, sweet baby, happy Saturday, everybody.
And we're here today with two visual artists, one gallery owner. We have Ben and we have KG. And we was talking about starting the business and what got you into going into the art merchandising, art branding, and turning that into a business. And I was just thinking about like the level that people want to get to, that they want to feel comfortable, what they want to aim for. And I don't think everybody is aiming for the same thing. Some people is just, as long as they can maneuver and live off of artwork, they don't have to be the best. They don't have to be the top. They just know where they're surviving at. So where you started at and where you are now and the journey that you're on, how far do you want to go? What else do you want to conquer? KG?
For me, I do my art just for myself, and other people are attracted to it. So seeing that, it makes me want to be able to open my own gallery, whether it's visual or any type of art, to allow people to come through and express what they have or their talent that they have as far as art. I want to be able to expand that internationally too, to be able to get my work out as far as I can to as many people as I can. And like I said before, just to be able to give that same feeling that I do to people in my area, to be able to expand that to others outside, and to learn from different cultures, to do art pertaining to different cultures, and just reach a lot of people.
So you want to really travel with your artwork?
Yes, I want to travel, take it as far as I can. That's the plan. I feel like, for me, I feel like this is my gift, and my gift is my art bring happiness to others. So if I can just get that out to as many people as possible, that will be the best for me. And I'm happy with what I am accomplishing now. So to be able to go even further would just be a blessing.
So would you want the gallery first, or do you want the experience and travel, and then using that experience and travel to build the gallery?
So that's true. I would like to do the experience and travel, just so I can know what I need to bring to my gallery to attract others. So yeah, I would say the experience and travel, and learn as much as I can from other artists, or just everyday people, and then incorporate all of those styles into my gallery.
I would say really go around to these galleries and talk to the owners and talk to the artists that display in the galleries. Like, just get a real feel, because I think Baltimore has a scene, but then when you travel to different places, the scene is completely different and operate a little bit a different way. As where Baltimore is still a budding scene, we still need more and more outlets for people to display artwork and people to connect with the artwork.
Okay, yeah, definitely. We'll look into
Baltimore is a I really like the art scene in Baltimore, because in Baltimore, when you tell somebody you're an artist, the first thing that they'll commonly say is, "Oh, you need to show in this place. Oh, I'm an artist too. Like, you need to join. Come with me. I'm vending over here. I got a radio show. Let me get on your radio show." Like, all of that kind of stuff is really helpful, because in a lot of other cities, it's not like that. You know, a lot of other cities that are more known for art, like New York, you go there and you meet another artist, and they'll immediately view you as a competition. In Baltimore, everybody really tries to pull together. Everybody really works to help promote each other, because they recognize that when you go up, you're also raising somebody else up with you. Right. And so for me, when I think about where I want to go and what I want to do further with my art, it's always about connecting with other people, and about making space for other artists and for other people and for other voices. I really want to get more people involved in my art, so that I feel like I'm a better artist the more people are involved, and the more people participate, actively participate in my work. Almost all my work is participatory, in that people have an influence on what the eventual outcome is. So those quotes that I did, I did a series of quotes where I collected quotes from people, and then I drew whoever said the quote. And that was participatory, because I had people's input to send me quotes that inspired them, quotes that lifted them up when they were feeling down. Whatever it was that got them through their days, I had them send that to me, and then I drew whoever said it. That kind of participation is important for me, because I feel like people want that connection to art. People some people just see art and they connect to it and then they buy it. But if you can get them participating in the creation process as well, that to me is really important.
Yeah, I'm learning that as well, because even when it comes to my social media, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram, and I do live videos, I realize how most of the artists or other artists or anybody will sit there and they won't really communicate with their audience. They might shake their head a couple times and say one or two words. But me, when I do my videos, I like to tune into them. I have music playing. I'll
answer their questions.
Yeah, they can ask questions. We have topics. If anything that I do, if they think that blue should be in this picture, blue's going in the picture somehow, some way. If they think that the girl's head should be turned to the right instead of the left,
right,
I'm gonna turn it, you know, and that makes them feel like, wow, I'm a part of this, I want this, or I'm a part of it. Like, it makes them feel even that much closer to the artist.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with you 100%.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Participatory. It's still early for me. Participatory art.
For people that want to call in and support, the number is 410-702-5657 if you have any question for the artist. Also, Art Talks, 12 p.m. November 18th. Live panel discussions, roundtable. Check that out. The Artist Exchange Radio, BeExposedRadio.com, ArtistVision.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's radio loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
What is Hood Respect? Family, life, work, love. We are all from the hood and we all want respect. That's why we wear Hood Respect. Available in men's, women's, and kids. For more information and ordering options, contact Instagram at Hood Respect, Facebook to Mel Martin Sr., and email at hoodrespect.tms71@gmail.com. The look you need is Hood Respect.
Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
Listen to Elizabeth Warren talking about Black lives and Black life.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's radio loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty. Here's how it works. Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right? Radio Loyalty. Click that banner to join now.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything, in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are and what you come from.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange on BeExposedRadio.com. I'm your host, TJ TranceVizion Bates. Today we have our co-host,
Sweet Baby, hey, hey.
And we have two visual artists in here. It'll be a third and joining in the second hour. We have KG and Ben. Did you have any initial questions for them that you would like to?
One question that I thought is where we were off air and I was asking about, TJ asked about like what they went to college for. Can we do that whole situation over? Because that was a really good conversation.
So for me, I went to school for biotechnology. It started off through a program called the Biotechnical Institute, and it was probably one of the best programs I ever entered. And 400 people, only 24 people got chosen.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So right. So I did the program. It was pretty awesome. You couldn't get anything less than like a B for the whole entire time, or she got kicked out.
You was part of the 24?
Yeah. So it was pretty dope. I didn't even know I was. I didn't even know I was that smart. I'm not gonna lie. So it was pretty cool, and at the end of it, the mayor, councilman, all these people signed your certificate or and stuff, and it was pretty cool. So I did that, and then became a sous chef, and started cooking. Okay. So did all that, but. Somehow I incorporate that. I mean, it's all to me, and besides the biotech, like cooking is like art too. So somehow I can incorporate that into my art as well.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool.
Benjamin.
Yeah. So I initially wanted to be a roboticist. I wanted to build robots for NASA. I remember when I was a kid, I saw this. I grew up in Canada. And one of the things that Canadian scientists did was when you see pictures of the space shuttle, and it's got the satellite coming out of the inside of the space shuttle, and there's this arm, right, this big robotic arm that like pulls it out. The Canadian roboticist built that arm.
Okay.
And so I was like, this is cool. And the arm is like a complete robot. It's got like a hand on one end, and then the pipes, and then a hand on the other, and so like he can walk around. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I want to build things like that. And then I realized once I got into engineering that the people who come up with the ideas are not the people who build them. Engineers are the ones who like figure out, okay, it needs to be made out of titanium, and it needs to like this particular metal alloy. They figure out how to get it built, but they're not necessarily the ones to be designing it and creating it. And I realized that I had more of a passion for the design aspect and making like the concepts and like figuring out creative new ways of thinking and building things. And so with that, once I went into design, then I realized that you could actually make a living by doing design full time. And I loved it so much that I realized that if I got to do it all day, I would do it for free. Payment was a added benefit, but I loved it so much that like it really didn't matter to me how much I got paid for it. And I still feel that way. If I did not have like the bills that I have, like I would honestly give stuff away for free all the time. I give a lot of stuff away now, but if I didn't have any bills, I would just do stuff for free because I love doing design. Like it is my favorite thing to do.
That's me too. Because when I see somebody who want a picture of mine so bad, I'm like,
right,
just take it.
Just take it.
You don't have to pay for it. Especially if they say I don't have the money. It's okay. You don't need. Like here you go. I just do another one.
So how does what you did in college or your what you went to school for, how does that translate into your artwork?
So like I was saying off air, when it came to taking like the anatomy and physiology portion of it, it also helps me with my art because it helps determine the posture that I need for my, I guess, characters in my paintings to have, or like if they turn a certain way, what muscles will be shown, or how would their neck really be contorted to actually look apart the image that I need them to look. So that and also it just depends on the image that I'm doing. Sometimes I do do scientific type of images. So as far as drawing DNA strands or anything in particular like that, then I know how it really looks, and I can construct it the way I need it to look in my image, and then incorporate whatever else I want to put into it. So
for me, when I was in college, I got really good at what's called drafting and isometric drawing. So basically, isometric drawing, like say for example, like this plug, right? If you put this plug on a three-dimensional plane, you can draw 3 sides of it. You can draw the top and 2 sides.
Yes, I actually went to school for
Did you really?
That's what I do for a living. I'm
Okay.
I'm a drafter.
Right. Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for the rest of the audience that doesn't know what I'm talking about. So with isometric drawing, you get to draw 3 sides, but then you kind of have to imagine what the other sides were looking at. And in the classes that I was in, we had to do that over and over and over again. We had to do expanded views where like you take all the parts and expand them like an explosion, and like figure out how to draw every single little part in this same plane. And I got so good at that towards the end of the class, the professor was just having me come up and be like, okay, Benjamin, just come up and just give us the example, like show us how it's done. And that has helped me a lot, because in the next series that I'm working on, I'm actually like drawing robots as art. Like I'm instead of people, I'm actually designing robots and putting them in poses that people are normally in, but using the knowledge that I have of the isometric drawings and all that kind of stuff to make sure that like all the parts fit together, and you know they are where they're supposed to be. And with that, I actually, like, the first series I did was I did a portraits on purpose, because I really I was terrible at portraits. Because I knew like all the mechanical stuff. It was really hard for me to figure out, okay, like I would draw something and be like, I would have all these notes on the side, but like his eyes are way too far apart, like his head is like stretched out. So once I started interpreting and seeing faces and structures as shapes, like the isometric drawings, it got so much easier for me, because I was able to break things down and be like, okay, this cheek here, that's a plane, and this, you know, the curvature right here, okay, I know what that arc is, and basically piecing it all together like I would an isometric drawing. That helped me get forward in my art and be able to draw a lot better.
So when you're like, that leads to my next question. When you're creating your artwork, or when you get this vision in mind, like, do you have a vision of what the end product is going to be, or do you create as you go along?
For me, there are times that I have the vision in the end. Like, I know how it's going to turn out, and it's going to turn out like this. But then there's a lot of times, like if I do my live videos, I don't know how it's going to turn out, because people are chipping in. And it's like, I hope this works. Like, you know, I'm gonna let it work. I'm gonna find a way, but it always wind up turning out really, really well. So I never really complain when it comes to that, but there are a lot of times where I don't know how it's going to end. Like, I could be in the middle of painting and see my recent image I did. It was a lady. I called it Soul Searching, and I was working on her body. So she's orange, right? The whole picture is orange. And I was working on a body, but halfway in the middle, and I'm on live, and halfway in the middle, I was like, this is not right. This is not right. But you know what? I'm going to just keep going with it, and hopefully it turns out right. And it ultimately turned out really, really well. So there's times I just don't know what it's going to end like.
Yeah.
But you just got to push through.
I always have something that I want to try. So, like, when I start a piece, like, there's always something in the back of my mind, be like, I want to try this technique, or I want to try, you know, putting a pattern in, like, in this way. So, like, I have that kind of planning, but a lot of the times I will change things on the fly, because, like, I'll do it the way I think it should look in my head, and then when I see it, I'm like, that's not quite right. It needs to be, like, different. So, like, there was an example, like, there's this picture I drew of Jada Pinkett Smith. And in the reference photo that I was using to draw her, she had her head tilted like this. And as I was drawing it, like, it was all coming together, and I kept looking at him like, the angle is really weird. And I guess the angle made sense because, like, the initial photo of her was like a full body pose, and she was like leaned off to the side. But when I did her head, it just looks strange. So I like straightened that out, and it totally changed how the whole piece turned out. But I'm constantly like reevaluating it as I'm looking at it. So I might have a vision at the beginning, but like him, I'll change it if it doesn't fit. I won't push it all the way through, because if I push it all the way through, 9 times out of 10, like it doesn't sit right with me. Other people might like it, but it still won't sit right with me. So I'll have to change it.
You wind up changing it anyway, and you could have hurried up and did it at that moment and would have been comfortable.
You could have a half a dozen people be like, I really like it that way, and you're like,
yeah,
nah, I can't.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Some people just, from the way they look at it, they don't necessarily look at it because they don't have the background that you have and how you're looking at it and how you broke it down to where they don't even notice it. It's not a weird thing to them. As the way you is like, I can't give this away. I can't sell this until this is right with myself.
And the other part, so for me, so the way I produce my work is, so I typically do a sketch, and then I go into the computer and I settle things out in the computer, and then it gets printed. It either gets printed as a poster or as a canvas, and then it goes up on the wall. There have been times where I've like put up that piece on the wall and I like stare at it for long, and I'm like, that needs to change. And so like some of my pieces, like they end up being additions, because if somebody buys that first one, like the next one that I make, I'll tweak it, I'll fix that thing that I saw, so the next one is better than the first one, in my opinion.
Has there been any piece that you created that you initially didn't like, but never did anything to it over time, but then eventually it grew on you?
A lot of sketches. So I got like notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of sketches that I've never like done anything further with, because like I wasn't taking art seriously. I would just like sit in class and draw. And what I've been doing is going back through all those old sketchbooks and scanning them and being like, actually that one's decent. I can actually turn that into something. So I've done that. But yeah, I don't think there's ever been a piece where like, if I see something that's wrong with the piece, I'm gonna go back and fix it like immediately. Like as soon as I see it, I'm like, okay, I'm doing that now. Like everything else needs to stop.
Yeah, it's been a few pieces that I've created that initially I didn't like, but it wasn't nothing to fix because it wasn't nothing wrong with it. It was
just the image.
It was just, I was just going with whatever design that was coming up at that moment in my head, and it was just like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know how this is going to look. I think a lot of my work, I don't know how it's going to turn out or look.
Okay.
And then when it gets to the end, it's just kind of sometimes just like, oh, all right.
I'm not obsessive to the point where like I'll go to the person who bought it and be like, I need to see that for a minute. Like give it back. I will leave it. Like they like that piece the way it was. That's cool. They can keep it that way. But in terms of like what I have for myself, like I'll go and fix it.
Yeah, I had one point in time where I was doing charcoal on canvas, and yeah, different, right? Extremely hard. So, but I did a lake scene, and a friend of mine, her father wanted it, and this was around the time I couldn't price things and all that other stuff. So he was asking for the picture, and I'm like, 200. I'll give it to you for 200. It was a huge picture, and I was like, I'll give it to you for 200 because I don't know, you can have it for 200. You're like, no, I'm paying you 900 for it. I'm like, oh. Okay, but I saw the image when I kept looking at it. I'm like, that is so off. It's not right. Like the way that the board. I was like, man, and he would not let me change it, and it just ate my soul away because I was like, wow, I didn't pay attention to that. So when I noticed it, I was just like, I gotta change it. So I waited till he left, and I went back and I changed.
Did he notice?
Nah, he didn't.
Okay, he didn't know.
What message do you want to convey about yourself through your artwork?
Went off the deep end now.
Right. That's a good. You want to go first?
I'm still thinking. What message do I want to convey?
Is it one particular message, or does that change with your pieces?
It changes for me.
Yeah, it changes with the pieces.
Every piece I do has a different message. So it's not one. I mean, initially my message was I just want to make everybody happy with the emotion that they see from when they first see my picture. The way that I feel about my picture, I want the person who buys it to feel the same exact way or even better.
Mm-hmm.
But each piece has a different feeling that I'm trying to give off.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I want somebody to feel more beautiful about themselves. So I might draw someone with stretch marks and stuff like that, and I want them to have that. So that message, I want that message to get across. Or whether it's health-wise or anything. So for me, each piece that I create has an individual message that I needed to pertain to a certain audience.
Okay.
For me, I want people to be inspired. Like I want the artwork to be a jumping off point for them, where they're able to look at it and be like, okay, I need to now go do this. Or it helps them in something that they already had inside them. It helps them to further that on. So whether it's through inspiration or changing the way they think, some of the work that I do is like really heavily political. And so in that, like, I want to help people achieve what they want to achieve. Fundamentally, like, I really care a lot about people. Like, I care really deeply about people's well-being, about their lives, about their goals and ambitions. And so because of that, my art fundamentally, like, tries to help people in some way. And if I can achieve that through my art, that's like the ultimate for me. What I'm learning to do, and what I haven't done a lot before this point, is to also use art to help myself and help my own well-being, and to create things that make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been always outwardly focused.
Can you hold that thought? Because
yep.
We'll go, hold that thought. We'll be into it. We only got a couple seconds left.
Gotcha.
But if you want to call and support, it's 410-702-5657. The Artist Exchange, BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like, I've learned, I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do. I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids and when you got a wife and then you doing everything and you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Yeah, make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
Yes.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Didn't get a chance to tune in last week? Well, here's what you missed on the Artist Exchange radio show.
Being a stage actor, how has that prepared you for comedy?
Oh, man. I think that being a thespian definitely gave me
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's that? Oh, smart.
Welcome back. This is the Artist Exchange Radio at BeExposedRadio.com. I'm your host, TJ TranceVizion Bates, co-host.
Sweet baby, happy Saturday, everybody.
And today we have two visual artists, Ben and KG, and we also, for the second hour, we have another artist or a creative. Just introduce yourself.
My name is Ahadi,
what else? What do you have? What you're doing?
So my name is Ahadi Ture. I'm a music student. I created this app called For the Culture. It's pretty much a self-awareness app for the Black community. Anyone is welcome to use it, but it's mainly focused on uplifting, informing anyone that in a sense of time, like far as like what to do if like the police stop you, or like financial literacy, meditation, anything in that field, because I feel like we lack the knowledge of certain things, so this is a platform where they can get it from.
And it's For the Culture #4 app. I haven't heard of it. This is the first time I heard of it, but I will check it out. I get it's definitely needed. Another networking social hub for creatives and just the community to come together to heal itself. I kind of understand what would drive you in that direction to create that, but like what over time has been the things that really stuck out to you to make you feel like this is needed?
For me, like just growing up, I was born in Kenya, but I came to the United States when I was 2. Been in Washington, D.C. for most of my life. I seen a lot of stuff, a lot of poverty. That was the #1 thing. So my dad, he asked me, like, how you gonna make your legacy, like what you want to do. So with me, I thought it was baseball, because that's what I played. Playing baseball, senior year, got hurt, and then like, what you gonna do? What's the next step? So for me, I used my brain. Like my dad, like he always tried to put me on this conscious path and try to figure out like how can I help the community. So with that, I came up with the app. Like me and a few friends, like we just was always throwing around ideas, like trying to figure out what we trying to do. But with the app itself, like we just came down and said, how can we change ourselves, our community, and our family, just with one hit, So with the platform we have here now, it's been tough because we get the notion, or we hear the notion of Black people don't like to read, or they don't like to do this, they don't like to educate themselves. Black people are serious about silly things and silly about serious things. So we can sit right here and talk about LeBron dropping 50, and that's the thing, but when we talk about politics or try to make strategic moves, within the community, they don't want to hear it. So with this app, we try to push all positivity. Like each day, if you download the app, you get a notification saying a quote of the day. It's something empowering, something that people can need. Like, anywhere from Malcolm X to Marcus Garvey to Huey P. Newton to Harriet Tubman, like anything you could think of. And even if you have apps, even if you have quotes that you want us to put on there, you could shoot them in. So we just trying to put on a platform that anybody that's passionate about just expanding your mind, like this is the app for you.
Yeah. I think and with developing the app and I guess getting more and more people interested in and really delving deep into what this, in a sense, business has to offer for them and how they can grow. And I think as y'all are all artists, y'all have your own businesses. Some things to me is I've been putting together a business plan and then talking to other people who have their businesses and their experiences with trying to build and trying to get out there and trying to get to a level to where your exposure is high, where people are really paying attention to what you're doing. Right. What has been some obstacles that you've faced so far in your journey when it comes to business and networking things? Ben, whoever wants to go first.
In terms of like getting the business running, like that's always been a hard thing for me, because it's a fine line between promoting yourself and promoting the business. So initially for myself, I used the business as a way to heavily promote, because I don't know, in our society, like, you know, it's not really encouraged to like self-promote a whole lot. You know, your talk, like, your ego's too big, or you know, you're just all about yourself. And for me, like, especially because my work is all about helping other people and being with other people and inspiring, that kind of thing, to talk about myself a whole lot is like really, really tough. So for me, once I had the entity of my business, I was able to promote that outside of myself a lot more. That was the biggest challenge for me, to like try to figure that out. In terms of like actually running the business myself, like, that to me was second nature, because I did that so much for other people and for my clients. Once I got my own business, like, I just fell into that mode, and you know, I was like, okay, I need a website, I need an Instagram account, I need to do all these things, I need to have a phone number that people can call.
Okay. When we come back, we'll get KG and everybody else's perspective on the whole business. Call in and support the artist, 410-702-5657. And this is the Artist Exchange, artistexchange.com, BeExposedRadio.com. Check out artistvision.com for visual artist features.
What is hood respect? Family, life, work, love. We are all from the hood, and we all want respect. That's why we wear Hood Respect. Available in men's, women's, and kids. For more information and ordering options, contact Instagram at Hood Respect, Facebook to Mel Martin Sr., and email at hoodrespect.tms71@gmail.com. The look you need is Hood Respect.
Yeah, this the man that holds it down, Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm in a relationship. Mm-hmm. My girl happens to be long distance. Mm-hmm. So with that being said,
I beat my thing like it owes me money. Sorry.
Because I asked that because so many people are not comfortable.
Here's my thing. It's mine.
That's right.
And you need to know yourself before you can have somebody please. If you can't tell nobody how to please you, if you don't know how to please yourself.
That's right.
You know what you like. You know what you like. You know the stroke, all that. Mm-hmm. So you're right. And I mean, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's your body. Yeah, I'm over here struggling with the ear.
Yeah, I'm glad it's you today. I'm glad you today, brother.
Oh, this thing going to drop. It's going to drop about at least like 5 times.
I'm over there struggling.
So ED, do you have a problem with masturbating?
No, I don't. I don't masturbate often because I have a fear of going blind. So, yes. When I found, yes.
You could go blind from
yes. I read about it. Is that true? No. It's not true.
It's not.
Okay. Because I was going to say I should have been blind a long time ago.
Let me drop some knowledge on you real quick.
I was just playing.
But
Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the artistexchange.com, BeExposedRadio.com. I'm your host, TJ TranceVizion Bates. We have our co-host,
Sweet Baby. Happy Saturday, everybody.
And we're here with 3 artists, 3 creatives. and we was talking about, we left off with Ben, and he was talking about just the business experience and the ups and downs and the obstacles. And we just wanted to get the other two guests, their stories or their experiences with the business, where they at and where they what's going on.
For me,
KG.
Yeah, for me, my obstacle was almost everything. I was always good at talking and communicating with people, so that was never a problem for me. But as far as how to branch myself out there, getting the income for my bills and to do my artwork, that was also hard because I wasn't making as much. So I would have to pay my bills, but then people might want artwork. So it's like, okay, I want to do this, but how do I actually go around to actually get this type of stuff? Because back then, I didn't know much about it, about the business. So I wasn't asking for deposits. I wasn't asking for anything like that. I would do the work first, and then they'll pay. To do that and to actually know who to reach out to communicate with, as far as what I need to do next, what are my next steps I need to do, and then trying to get a sponsor so that I don't have to pay for my materials. They'll handle that for me, and then I'll be able to create my pieces, so then it'll take a load off my back. And plus, like working, I work and I do my art, so that's all. I'm currently working. Yep, I currently work. Go to work, get off. Might work 16 hours and get off, and then go into my artwork. Work till like 5, 6 in the morning. Get back up and do it. Yeah, get like 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night. So, it was more so on how to really manage every single aspect of a business, because I'm new into this. I didn't really have people around me as far as friends or really family as much, at least to my knowledge, that knew how to run a successful business or how to actually branch out. Like my mother might help me as far as like certain people that she may know, but they might not be in the space or field that I need to really be in. So it was to really, that's when social media really made a good play for me, because it helped me branch out to people who knew what they were doing, who was in the same field as me, who knew the struggle on how to, I guess, get to where I need to go. And they told me and they helped me with the correct steps to actually make my business a little bit more successful as to what it is today. So.
And it's Ahadi. And when we was off air, you was talking about just getting the app up in that business, and you just like tell people like what you went through, what you sacrificed to put out a product that help people. Like you sacrificed a lot for your own personal to be a bridge and a gap, and bridging the gap for people out there that need the help.
Oh, yeah, so I mean, with my business, with the app, and I mean, it's my team, my whole team. You know, shout out to all of them. They work really hard. You know, that's the biggest thing. But for me, like I'm here, you know, as the founder and CEO, I'm in a position to help them. You know, so with that, I was working a 9 to 5, and I didn't mind. Like I didn't mind at one point, but then when this passion, when this fire started going with this app, I was like, I can't do both. I can't do full time for both. I cannot do that. So I got the money that I needed, you know, to get the app going. And I didn't tell my team like, oh, I need $20 or $100 from each of them. No, I didn't. Like what I said was like, I'm going to put this money in there.
Okay, we have a caller.
I put this money.
We have a caller waiting. Could you come? We get back to you. We have a caller on the line waiting.
Hello, how you doing?
Y'all, he's got to get the caller.
Hello?
Caller, are you there?
Yes, hello, how you doing? Hello? Hello?
Caller?
Hello? Hello?
Was it a caller? Okay.
Is it a caller?
Well,
no, there's nobody.
Hello?
He was telling me it was a caller. Like he came in and did it. And
oh well, caller not there, so just you can keep on continuing.
So with that, I just had to.
Hello. I can't hear him. Caller, are you there? You hear?
Sorry about that, caller. Call back. We trying to enter the conversation. They were telling us that you were there.
I didn't want to stop them.
Yeah, so please call back. Our apologies, but that's how we do here. We get into the conversations real honest, real talk, real live. So call back. But Ahadi, you can continue on until our caller does call back in.
No problem. So like I was saying, like just building my team. Like everyone that
I'm sorry. Real quick. we getting cues and notifications and stuff.
Caller. Yeah. How you doing today?
Okay.
Good.
We're good. You have a question for one of the artists? Mm-hmm. Oh, we appreciate it.
Appreciate it, bro.
And I just had I just was putting together a business plan myself. Like.
Great, like I said, it's a great show. I'm gonna continue to listen, and I just wanted to put my support in.
Oh, thank you, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
I mean, that's a solid point. So like, yeah, we're working and we're being artists, but you were creating an app and going to school and working at the bank, right? Like you're doing all of those at the same time. Like that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like I said, after I fully committed to the app itself, some people look at me sideways. Some people look at me sideways right now because of the fact that I'm debating right now with the app and with my degree.
What's your degree?
I'm getting my degree in political science. Like it's a constant battle within myself because this is my passion, but this is what everyone else want me to do is with this degree. What's going to make me happy? What's going to make me, be able to give my community what they need on a full scale. I can't give half energy to my community, and think that it's going to be all right. No, they need me 100%. So with this app, that's where I'm at now. So my team is all over. Like we got them at FAMU, Alcorn State, Central, like Morgan, and we always looking for people to help, in any way they can, like promotion. Like we don't ask for any money. Like donation is fine, because it's all going to be for a good cause, But one of the big things, like I said, is just pushing the unity. Like I could have easily been like, this is my app, I'm going to do it. This is me, but it's ours. every one of my members, they know that they have a part of it. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and she's on the paperwork to where if anything were to happen, no one can sell, no one can do anything with my company until she signs off on it. She's 7 right now. Her name is Harmony Nicole Dickerson. And like, she's in a position where she's learning about being an entrepreneur. She's in a position where she's giving me ideas. Like she said, Dad, you need to have a kids section on the app. And I never thought about that. I never thought about that. But the kids section is coming soon because of the fact she took the initiative to get that started. So it's definitely like a community driven app.
And she got a stake in the company, so.
Yeah. That's just how it is. We in a position where we, I know for me, I was lucky because my dad was an entrepreneur. My dad had $1,500 to his name, bought one ice cream truck, and then flipped that money, bought another ice cream truck, and then before we know it, he had a warehouse.
Wow.
It's a distribution to ice cream trucks in the DMV area.
Wow.
So, God rest his soul because he passed in 2010, but he instilled that fire in me and that passion in me to this day. So it would be disrespectful to him that I don't pass that on to my daughter, but to my sisters and to my brothers and to everyone that want to do something. Because my thing is you got to go for it, and that's the thing with it. So just go for it.
A lot of people, I think put too much thought into just the desire, not the desire, but to go for it. Like sometimes when working even on a business plan and putting it together, some things was just overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like when I got to the numbers and everything. The funny thing is the numbers, like I kind of came up and we went through them. The numbers wasn't overwhelming. It was just certain things of the numbers that was just like, oh man, I don't know if this could be successful. But just fighting through that and like the guy was telling me, he was like, projected bad, projected in the middle, and then projected real high, and then figure out how to maneuver through that, and just the information on doing that and being able to understand and talk to other people that own businesses, other entrepreneurs, that like this ain't a straight line. This ain't you going to work checking in 9 to 5 every day. This is sacrifice. This is something you got to do, and that next step might be the one step that launch you off into where you need to be at or where you want to see.
But you got to stay on it. That's the thing.
Yeah, people just
it's like you can work for 15 years straight on this thing, right? Try to take it off, and then choose to rest one day, and that was the one day that you should not have rested because somebody was there waiting for you for your opportunity.
See, and
that's
I feel
how
like
I view it.
What you're speaking to in having that the father to show you, to already having a foot up on the competition, and really just the drive behind keep on going. I think a lot of people we're in a current era where a lot of people want to start their own businesses, but a lot of people are coming from families that their whole thing was the 9 to 5, and that's what they thought they was getting. But
we have another caller. Y'all put on your head.
Hello to the caller. Caller, are you there?
They hung up.
Oh.
Don't call in and hang up.
They just like to have us put our headphones on.
Y'all need to really show support because a lot of these artists are sacrificing and doing things and creating and generating products that are in a sense therapy for a lot of these people. A lot of people out here that like I always look at art as a therapy and getting your own ideas and concepts out there to the world. But just,
I have a question. I understand the importance of a team as far as developing an app and that sort of thing, but as visual artists, how important is it for you to have a team of people as far as the business side of what you do goes? Do you have a team?
I definitely have a team. So for me, like realizing that there's certain people out there who like really are huge fans of your stuff, and then building relationships with them is really important, because there's just people out there who like see what you're doing and they're like, wow, like they almost had more passion than I do, you know what I mean? And recognizing who those people are, and then being able to like give back and be like, no, thank you for supporting me, and really communicating that is important to me. And I've been trying to build that a little bit better now. I set up a Patreon account, and so that allows me to be able to like mail people stuff like once a year. So like I have some really big fans who just been given to me over the years, and that system allows me to give back to them and be like, thank you for supporting me, because like without those people I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, because it's that kind of encouragement that like people who really believe in you that helps you keep going.
I agree with him, but for me, I don't have like a team that's working with me every day or so. To me, my team is the support that I get. The other artists that I can go to on social media, like my friend Kofi or Whitney or Nikki, to have those people that I can go to and ask them anything, and they're there to help me push forward, I consider them as my team. I couldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for them. Even when it came, besides like my mother and like my brothers and sisters, they do help me and they push me forward, and they're there for whenever I need them. But business-wise, those three, and my my mentor, Maria, she definitely helps me a lot. So it's important for me to have those, and for me to have the support, because like you were saying, they help push me, they help drive me. I would still be doing my art, but the fire is even like it's built up inside me even more to want to show more appreciation and say thank you. This is all because of y'all. If it wasn't for y'all, then I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So that's for me.
Cool. Do you ever look at it as, I think when you talk about a team, you talk about like from a business standpoint of people not in a sense delegating, but the core goal is for the success of the business, and the success of, with you have your supporters, you have people that help you out like mentors and stuff.
Right.
But any thought of gathering people that the sole focus is on expanding what you do?
Yeah, so I've thought, not thought about, I've also been talking to someone like I forgot what you call it, but she's basically willing to help me brand out my business. She
like a
marketing man. Thank you. It escaped my head for a second. Don't judge me. So yeah, like a branding marketing manager. I've been talking to this one lady named Christiana, who's willing to help me, and she's gonna help me branch out and get my stuff out there. But other than that, I haven't been able to really communicate with many people as far as branding out there more. It's just solely been all on me. So.
Okay, for people that want to call and not hang up, the number is 410-702-5657. Later tonight at 9 p.m., The Art of Hue. Oh, actually,
yes. Speaking of which, The Art of Hue is tonight at the Ideal Art Space. Please come through. It is presented to you by Appreciate the Arts, Tina Bean, K-Bars. Please come through. It's an artist networking event. $10 from 9 to 12. There's a DJ, live art installations, networking. Just come through, let your head down, have a good time, and I will see you there tonight at 9 o'clock.
I'll be there checking that out. This is the Artist Exchange Radio, BigExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
It's time for Flashback.
Now, I'm not going to say all Aries don't know. But
it's just the one you had. That was
just a particular one, right? You know. Yeah. But it's always something that you can
go ahead. So can you recollect any signs that you might like?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he his back anyway. So I don't.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
No. Ain't no way.
Not the good. How they bust? Show how they bust.
Just a Bit Outside radio show.
There is one glaring stat that I read about while watching the games over the weekend. New York Yankees went 22 straight innings with at least one strikeout.
Really?
That's a major league record for the postseason.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting statistic.
It is. You know, and then when you think about it, it's like, okay, you know, that to me, that's like a big reason why, you know, they're losing right now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Do you want to promote your business? Do you want to get yourself noticed? Well then, why not sponsor us? There are lots of different options to choose from commercial spots and on-air shoutouts, to interviews, and even putting your logo on our website. Don't miss these great opportunities to get noticed. Check out our sponsorship packages on our Facebook page or on our website, BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange, BeExposedRadio.com. Today, I'm host TJ TranceVizion Bates, co-host.
Sweet baby, and real quick, I wanted to get into one more time the event tonight. Presented to you by Appreciate the Arts, the Art of Hue, from 9 to 12 a.m. Tonight, we've been promoting this event and talking about these events for months, and tonight is the night, 11/11. A shout out to the team, Tina Bean and Kay Burris, Appreciate the Arts. Our mission is to network and have fun amongst artists. This event welcomes artists of all mediums. Come and engage in the arts. We'll have live art installations by John Brick Art and Playful Faces, face painting and body art by Jocelyn, waves generated by the one and only Street Scott, edible delicacies provided by Amber Charisse, and more. This event is artist invite only. Check us out on Eventbrite. You can pay at the door, come through, have a good time. It's at the Ideal Art Space, 905 West 36th Street. Please come out tonight and have a good time. And also, November 18th, we'll have our very first Art Talks Roundtable discussion. It'll be here at the studio, starting at 12 p.m., live panel discussions. It'll be light refreshments. Again, it is Appreciate the Arts in conjunction with the Artist Exchange radio show. Tickets available for that as well on Eventbrite. Only 20 seats available. If I'm not mistaken, we only have a few seats left. So if you haven't reserved your space, please get it. That's a free event. Come through, learn, discuss, and just get involved in your community and your local art.
Appreciate the Arts is out here.
We out here.
They out here. Like, it's just like one event after like Sticky Bun and
yes.
What was the Greenspan? Was that the Greenspan?
Well, that wasn't our event, but we was in there. It was the unveiling, if I'm not mistaken, talking about when they unveiled the Great Day in Baltimore photograph. Which I was a part of. Shout out to all. Like, I'm enjoying my. Yes, I'm grateful to be a part of the arts community. Like, I just jumped in kind of this year, and I kind of put my toe in it first, but now I'm all the way in it. That's how it goes. And I have to say, like, I've had nothing but really, really fantastic experiences with everybody.
That's great. That's what I feel like. Appreciate the Arts and the networking and just getting out here and really helping, and then helping the community, helping people just get their direction down.
Yes.
And events that help build each other up while building our businesses. Today we have 3 guests. Just introduce yourselves again.
Benjamin Young Savage.
Kenneth Braves, KG.
Ahadi, Ture.
And we've been talking about businesses. We've been talking about just running your own business and really turning your creativity into a business, and also where Ahadi just helping the community and having that entrepreneurial background already, somewhere he can learn from, and really using that to the point that he's all in on helping his community, helping through the app. That it's a struggle, not a struggle, but going back and forth with the degree that I think society tells us that we should have, that not necessarily like we should have this accolade of this, but not necessarily telling us what goes into actually making that beneficial to you. After you do all the years of schooling and then you pay, and it's just like you can have the degree, but if you're not willing to put what it takes, like being an entrepreneur, into that degree, you're not really going anywhere with it. So at this point, I would like to see if whatever y'all have going on, whatever y'all have coming up, or just future projects that y'all are working on. Ben, you want to go first?
All right. So right now, I don't have a whole. I have some art up at the gallery that I own, called Tectonic Space on Greenmount. We've got a show there called What May Be. It's all about visions of the future, be they positive or negative. So we've got stuff that deals with utopia, stuff that deals with dystopia, stuff that deals with Afrofuturism, a lot of other stuff that's in there. So if you get a chance, it's at 2000 Greenmount. Definitely come check that out. But mainly what I've been focusing on lately is really trying to build up this Patreon so that I can really give back. So I launched the Patreon about a month ago, and right now I'm putting together all of the stuff that I send to people. So like my whole office is like full of packages and envelopes and tubes and stuff. So that's what I've been focused on lately. I'm hoping to get back into like some Christmas vending coming up this next month. So that's what I'm focusing on right now.
For me, I don't really have much going on right now. I'm doing a lot of artwork. I plan on doing a pop-up art show somewhere here in Baltimore. Don't really know exactly where. Also plan on doing something. Also plan on doing something with a friend of mine named Kofi in Canada. Probably do an art show or so with them. And I'm working with, I can't remember his name, but on Instagram, 83 Bricks.
John Bricks.
So I'm working with him. We're gonna do a project together. That should be pretty dope. So that's all I have going on right now.
For me, Ahadi, it's a lot. It's always a lot going on because the community is ever changing. You know, so it's always constant work. I believe that I'm diagnosed with insomnia, but I don't know yet. I be up, like my thoughts won't let me sleep. You know, so just for me, like my horticulture team, it has been big, but also I am part of a family called the Tendea family. That's another organization that's about change. You know, definitely about change to the point where it's a family. It's not just an org. It's something that, you know, you eat, sleep, and you just go. Like it's in your blood. It's something to run through. But with that, you know, it's teaching me a lot about just being patient with everything. You know, and that's my biggest thing. So while I want to reach out and give everybody this information, they have to receive it, you know, in their own way at their own time. So even now, like, I even hold the community to some type of degree. Like it's like to the point where, you know, I'm doing my job. All I ask for is a download. All I ask for is to look at that quote of the day and tell me how that changed. All I ask for is them to wake up and ask them 3 things. How can I better myself? How can I better my family? How can I better my community? That's it. Like that's all I want. That's the minimum requirements, you know, for me as a person. So what's coming up is pretty much just at Morgan State on December 1st. We have the Tell 'em We Are Rising. It's the story of black colleges and university. Stanley Nelson is the one who will be, you know, hosting the whole event, and that's something big for us because that'll be our first vendors event where we have like T-shirts, like horticulture T-shirts and things of that nature, because a lot of people, you know, have been asking for it. You know, so you know, I understand that everybody has their life, you know, that they want to live and they got things they want to do, you know, but we have to step out there. We have to do things, you know, in a position where, you know, it's uncomfortable. You got to step out that comfort zone to do something. So this is me. This was me, because everyone telling me, you know, get this degree. But then I look back at our ancestors, like John Henry Clark. He had an 8th grade. He had an 8th grade level education. Malcolm X had the same. You know, but they went out to do big things. I know the times have changed, but it's still, we're still in a position to self-educate, especially with YouTube and things like that, especially with like horticulture app. Like it's just one of them things that I'm not telling you to not go get your higher ed degree, but at the same time, like, you know, it's other ways to be successful. Right. You know, you judge success on you, you know, not anyone else. It's what makes you happy. If you don't need a car, don't go get a car. You know, if it's not gonna make you happy, don't get it. You know, find something that you enjoy, find a passion that you live in life, and just go ahead. So that's, with me, is just ever changing what I'm doing. You know, so I'm always trying to connect with anyone on all levels. Like I said, just having people in California and people in Florida, like just reaching out to anyone, because the app, it don't have no central ground. There's no central ground for the app. It's all over. Wherever a smartphone at, that's where the app is at. You know, and that's the goal. Like, you know, if you're not going to download it for yourself, download it for your kids or your nephew, your nieces. They got, like, you got games on your phone? No, I got games on my phone, but I got this. I got this app where it can help you, it can educate you. You know, because that's what it, like, education is the future.
I personally just sat here and downloaded it. I've been going through it, and it's, it's that, and this is still, like, only the beginning. Yeah. So I can only imagine, like, where this is going to go.
I'm going to say, you got 2 downloads today.
Look, I appreciate it, you know, I really do. It's just like, just the feedback that we get from it is amazing. Like, to the point that they keep doing what you got, keep doing what you're doing. It's nothing like this, you know, and it's refreshing, because I think we have a hard time of saying that we care about each other or we appreciate each other. It's really hard. Like, as humans, it's hard to relate to each other sometimes, you know, but it's like, we can do it. All you gotta do is say hi. Just speak. Just, you know, just stop thinking that people trying to use you. I mean, at the end of the day, we all use each other for what we need. If it's for love, if it's for affection, if it's for business purpose and whatever it may be. You know, so you just gotta be in that position where you know yourself. You know, so I think especially with the artists, like, you gotta be in tune with yourself. You know, especially when you want to be in a position to create and let others feel how you feel. Like, that's personal. Like, this app is personal to me. Right. You know, so I know their work is personal to them. Like, it's to the point where it's like, look, I put out my work. This is how I feel. Now tell me how you feel about this. Can you relate? And if you can't, why can't you? Like, which one of my artwork can you relate to? Because there's something out there for everyone. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm all over the place, man.
That's the conversation. That's how it flows. That's how we express ourselves. And I think, like you said, the app is your work of art. Yeah. And it's a giving, living, breathing work of art, more so than just a painting on the wall. Yeah. But
real quick, like, not just a painting on the
right.
wall. You know,
go ahead.
I'm
Go
sensitive
about
not just the painting on the wall.
Not saying that, just the physical aspect. But my view on that is kind of why artwork is a difficult avenue to sell.
It is.
Because
a lot of people don't understand it. I just updated on Facebook and I said your perspective is your reality. Yeah. Act accordingly, and keep that in mind. Like, stay mindful. What you perceive something as is that's your reality. Reality is not reality in a sense is subjective. Like, what's real is real, but your perspective also dictates what's real to you. So. I don't know why I'm over here having these deep thoughts right now. That's just, you know, that's me. But it's interesting that, like, you started saying that stuff, and that's where my mind was at the time. So yeah, it is a little difficult. It can be difficult to get people to appreciate the arts, but that's why.
But I feel like I feel like the more creatives that are generated, the more appreciation of the art form people take. Because I was in, like, Towson Mall, and I went to Arts Collective, and I was talking to the one guy in there, and it was certain things that was selling, certain things wouldn't, like, but it was a ton of foot traffic in there, and it was just like we were just talking about the kind of difficulty of selling artwork and how people view artwork, as to where artwork on a wall can really in a certain room can be really therapy for somebody. Like, they have a long day, they come home and they sit back and relax and they just sit in that room and then stare at the painting, and their appreciation and value for it is so much higher than somebody that the painting does not connect with.
Exactly.
As to where, like, with the app, people get the app and take something from it because it offers so much in one central place. As to where with artwork, you have to see that artwork, and then if that person doesn't like, an artist might have something that you like, but if you don't go searching for what they have and you just base them off of that one painting, the value that kind of like lose. They don't really have the value for it right there in that moment. And it's just kind of I think that aspect of art is just kind of the one things I always like struggle with. It's like creating something and somebody in the value that you have of what you created and what you feel somebody should pay for.
You have to have that connection to it, and then after that, it's like, what should I put a price on that? It's hard to put a price on an emotion that somebody has to it. That's what I struggle with sometimes. You know, like I was telling you about the lady who wanted that image. It's like, I kind of just want to give it to you for free. Like, you connected with it that much. Right. Like, should I even make you pay for it, or like?
But then at the same time, like, you're also battling, like, people seeing the worth of your artwork too. Exactly. Because I found, like, when you give out a lot of your work for free, people are like, oh, well, what's wrong with it? Like, you know.
That's what the in the business class I was having, and I kind of associated with that, was with Groupon. People see that it's a deal, and you get a lot of one timers.
Yep.
Because they want that one deal.
They'll only come back if there's another Groupon.
So when it's I've seen it personally. It's like I hold a raffle or something for a free painting, and everybody jumps on it. Then I put up a painting and somebody want to, like, I'm selling this, and it's kind of like, but then it's like free raffle, and then everybody, oh yeah, let's get in on it. It's just like it hurts the value. Yeah. But I, for me personally, I want to be able to, somebody that don't have the funds to buy artwork, I want you to have artwork. I want you to have one of my pieces too. But it's just like you're battling. If you're trying to maintain a business, you're battling that because like the guy was telling me, he was like, hey, set your price high, you can always come down.
Yeah.
But if you low, nobody, you know what I'm saying?
That's what my friend Kenneth was telling me. Set your price high. You need to come down, But other than that, you work with what you got. So.
And you really got to find the market. You really got to find the market.
That's the thing. You have to find your lane, and once that avenue opens up, that's just it. And I feel like a lot of creatives struggle with that. I've found a lane, like with the erotic jewelry, but that's not all I want to do. And I'm finding myself like people like, can you give me your earrings with somebody sucking on the banana? Like, you know, I'm like, I do more than that.
What?
I'll show y'all my, but that's what sells. And that's one of the things that I'm having like, I won't say a problem with, but because I'm out here everywhere. That's not the only thing that
You don't want to be pigeonholed.
Yeah, I don't want to be pigeonholed into, you know, erotic jewelry.
Right.
Because I do more than that. So it's about finding your lane. I'm still trying to find mine.
Yeah, I think that's what happened with, because I think you have a lot of trends in artwork, and I think a lot of people hop trend to trend, and then it's just kind of like, if somebody is all over the place, it's kind of like you don't really know what they do.
Right.
And then you have some people that are so in their lane that it's just like that's the only thing that they do, and it's just like they can't get anybody outside that don't want that.
So that's what I'm learning. Like, if you have a thing that you do, instead of jumping all over the place, you concentrate on that thing, but you can slightly change it. Like, for instance, for art portrait, if I do nothing but realism, hyperrealism, then eventually I could change it and have hyperrealism, but add an abstract background to it, and then that might attract more people. You know, so it's not like I can still stay true to myself,
right?
But then switch it up a little bit just to get the other people.
I think that's why.
Then you're growing as an artist. You're not like, oh, what are you doing different? You're growing as an artist.
You're not stepping out your lane like, oh, let me try this.
Right.
For me, I think I've attempted to collab with artists that do other things like realism, all that. Like, I don't have like detail wise. I don't have like it's just certain things like you were talking about detail and drafting and everything. I was just thinking like, nah, I'm good. But just know that I create a lot of abstract pieces, so when I see other artists' artwork like realism and stuff like that, it's just in my mind I'm like, oh man, I could create a dope background for that piece.
It's always a potential to collaborate.
And that's the thing. That's why I like with John. Yeah, I can do the realism part. He's dope when it comes to doing backgrounds, spray paint looking things. So I try to team up with people that has something that I don't have that can bring my piece and make it look even better, you know, bring it more to life. So it still doesn't take me out my lane, you know. It keeps me in my lane, it keeps me in the center focus of my business, but also shares light to them and myself at the same time. Yeah, so promoting both.
I'm an artist in my way, you know, so I look at it a little bit different. Like, you know how like we in school and then they always say like, if you're good in English, like, and you not that good in math, like let's focus on math to build your weakness up. You know, that's one thing. But like, as I get older, it's like perfect your craft, like whatever that may be. Just like you said, like it's like one of them things. Like if I'm really good at writing, like, and I focus on writing to the point where it's nothing else. Like some people look at it as one dimensional, but that's being a master at what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's a master at one thing, in my opinion, is better than someone that's average in a lot of other things. You know, even good in a lot of other things. Like if you perfect one thing, like that's really big. So even like with the app itself, it's like it's so much stuff that I can do. There's so much stuff like but I'm allowing people that get that avenue. Like if you're a marketing company, come to me. Like we can collab on that. You know, if you do something like even like with Bear TV, they have reached out. I did an interview with them. It's on Morgan State campus. That was big for me because since freshman year I always looked at Bear TV. You know, that was something that is like, oh, anything that you want to learn about the school, that's where you go at. You know, so they reached out. So it's like I was in a position where I was reaching out to everyone, and no one was responding because they didn't see the product, they didn't see the work. But then now they see that everything is coming in, you know, full circle. Like that's when things get to rolling. Like to the point that it's like I don't need it. Like we already thinking the same thing. You know, we thinking the same project. You know, let's see how we can put it together. So now it's just like, you know, when y'all said it's difficult, like especially in the market, it's just like I said, it's just trying to find that right, you know, group of people that you can work with. You know.
And speaking of reaching out, we need to let the people know where they can reach you on the social media. Ben.
All right. So to find me, so my last name is really it's a challenge. But if you search for Benjamin Young Savage, just exactly how it sounds, Benjamin Young Savage. Young Savage is actually how you pronounce my last name. Yeah, it doesn't look like that at all. It does not look like that whatsoever. Every time I say it, everybody's like, "What? Really?"
I see like Benjamin Young Savage, and I was just like, huh.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, okay, he's a young." No, that's actually how you pronounce my last name. So if you search for that, you will find me on anything, and I'm on everything: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Patreon, everything. I'm on YouTube, whatever. You can find me on that, and you can also find my my graphic design business. It's called Zerflin, Zerflin. You can find me on there, and then the gallery that I co-run is called Tectonic Space.
Okay. For me, you can find me on Instagram. My name on Instagram is Creative Marks, but Marks is with a Z. So you can find me on there. Facebook, it's my name, Kenneth T. Graves. Graves, and I'm on Snapchat too, so it's still Creative Marks on Snapchat.
And for me, my personal is Ahadiism. It's AHADISM_13_. That's my personal page. If you want to follow, but I also have a page for the app, which is called 4, like the number 4, the culture _now. And you'll see the logo is our logo is the shape of Africa, which you'll see the number 4 and then the culture in black and green. And also we have different things on there that can help you stay updated, you know, within the 2 biggest platforms that we use right now. But also just to share with y'all, like one thing that you'll see on the page is the quote of the day. So yesterday the quote of the day was, "The revolution has always been in the hands of the youth. The young always inherit the revolution," and that's by Huey P. Newton. So each morning when you download the app, make sure your notifications is on, and you can get them every day, like every day. So and if you have one that you want to send in, you can always send in. But them are the 2 pages that we use the most, and then you'll see my team on there, and then you can interact with them to ask them any questions or anything like that.
All right, before we close the show out, we usually ask one question, and I'm gonna ask all y'all. What advice would you give to your 17-year-old self? Who wants to start?
You're always coming in with the deep stuff, man.
I wasn't prepared for this. But for me, my 17-year-old self, I would probably say to stay motivated. Don't give up so quickly, and stay true to you. Don't listen to others, but stay true to you. Don't always take every advice that you hear or every criticism to heart. Because back then, I listened to some really bad advice, knowing it was bad advice, and still took it. So right now, that's definitely something I would tell them, because I would be in a whole different direction if it wasn't for that. I mean, I'm still good off, but yeah, that's definitely what I say. Stay true to yourself.
For me, I would say just. Well, I was raised in Southwest DC. which was really bad neighborhood. And our role model was Wayne Perry, who was a hitman. Yeah, he was a hitman. And it was tough, but you know that was who our role model was. You know, at the time, you know that's what people wanted to be like. So we ran around like doing just bad things, but it was a lesson. You know, but if I had to go back, I would just say like, just be who you want to be. You know, that was the biggest. Like, just because I lived in the neighborhood, I felt like I had to act like that. You know, like I was smart in school, but I would get C's because I want to be cool. You know, I want to do this. You know, but at the end of the day, like this idea of helping my people and doing what I want to do was already instilled in me, but I just was too afraid because I wanted to, because my peers, you know, because what they wanted to do. So for me, it would just say just go for, you know, what you feel at that moment, and then, you know, go from there.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh, we gotta cut it off.
Just real quick.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
It's in the show, but real quick.
Every night on Twitter, I put up something, words of encouragement, just whatever I've learned that day. I wish at 17 that I had known some of that stuff. Just keep going. You are important. You know that you don't have to live up to everybody else's expectations. Those kinds of things. You don't have to listen to everybody's advice. Those kinds of things I wish I'd known at 17.
Okay, well, we'll be back with one more segment. You are listening to the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposed.com. We'll be right back.
Artist Exchange? The Artist Exchange?
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait, Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd
on.
you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back. This is the Artist Exchange, BeExposedRadio.com. I'm your host, TJ TranceVizion Bates, co-host.
Sweet baby, happy Saturday, y'all.
Did you wanna?
One more time for the Ahadi. Was that an intro for me to do that tonight?
The people need
at the Ideal Art Space. Appreciate the Arts presents The Art of Hue, 905 West 36th Street. Check out Appreciate the Arts on Facebook. You can check us out on Instagram. Appreciate _the_arts. Tonight again is the Art of Hue 1111. Please come out and enjoy yourselves with the Appreciate the Art teams. Myself, founder Tina Bean, and co-founder Kay Burris will be at the Ideal Art Space, 905 West 36th Street. The admission is $10. You can check us out on Eventbrite, or you can pay at the door. There's a cash bar. There's DJ, live body painting, edibles. Come out, meet some new friends, hook up with your old ones. Just enjoy yourself and enjoy the vibes. Again, the Art of Hue tonight at the Ideal Art Space, 905 West 36th Street.
Yeah, definitely. If you can make it out, definitely check it out. Especially if you're an artist within the city, even DC. Just come up and network and really get and see what's going on. To see what the buzz is. You might. I guarantee there'll be tons of opportunities for artists and business to that will be budded in that the Ideal
Art Space, 905 West 36th Street.
I've never been there before.
It's a really dope space. Come out and see it for yourself.
I remember the one artist, J Law. I think they had the Creative Mindful. I think they had a show in there.
Okay.
And I seen pictures on Instagram from that, and I was wondering like, oh, where is this at? And then when I seen the Ideal Art Space. So make sure as artists check out these venues. Really look and search for venues. Search for internet radio shows to just get your information out there, to get your story out there. And that's for anybody with a business, any creatives that have anything going on that could benefit the community.
And real quick, again, shout out to Millie down at the Sand Gallery. He's also running a mini hip hop museum on which I'm also a part of the team. I will be going to New York first thing in the morning to meet with them. We're having brunch with some pretty important people, and there will be details about that. The grand opening of the Hip Hop Museum will be in January. Details to come. There's a sneak peek on the 21st. It's $35 admission. There will be food there. You can check us out on Instagram at that's awful. I can't think of the Instagram of that right now. My mind is I have so much going on. But you can also check us out on Facebook at My Lifetime Mini Hip Hop Museum. I want to say the Instagram is at Mini Hip Hop Museum. Please check us out. Be on the lookout for that. We're really trying to do something unique and a really, immersive experience for people who love hip hop, people who don't know about hip hop, and people who just want to, push the culture forward. So,
is there a hip hop Hall of Fame museum?
I feel like there is.
Or did they get accepted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, there's some people that's gotten accepted into the Rock and Roll.
Right. Not very many.
Yeah, not very
many.
Not
enough.
I know the Smithsonian has like a part that's dedicated to hip hop, but it's not a strictly hip hop museum. Right. Like we will be the first ones to have a completely dedicated to hip hop situation. So again, that's coming in January. Shout out to the whole team down there.
Is that at the Sand Gallery?
It is.
Okay. And definitely check out the Sand Gallery. One of those galleries that has came up in the Baltimore scene. Really help out underground artists.
Just providing underground artists with a dope platform.
Yeah.
The events down there, they have all kinds of events down there all week long. So,
have you heard of the Sand Gallery?
Actually, I have. Somebody told me about it at the Merc train station. So
okay.
Check it out.
Yeah, that was random, but
that's how when you build a name up, that's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, y'all mind about? Like I just wanted to say like even like this was everything that's going on, like even with the app itself, the one thing I learned is like the biggest crime you can commit is not being thankful for a lot of things. So like even like with the energy, to my ancestors that they lift me up every day, they get it done. My family, my friends, for the culture family, Tender, even like my homeboys, like Sean called in. Sean, he a real laid back guy, you know what I'm saying? So for him to even, call in, like that was dope, because I know, like he would have told me, off it, like, man, I'm proud of you. They always tell me to go for it, because I I was that conscious friend that they met when we was freshmen. That was like, man, y'all seen that? Y'all seen that? Like just going off, you know. And then like some of it rubbed off because now they were like, man, did you see the subliminal message in that? You know, like just going crazy. So it's like I'm proud of them for sticking with me and putting up with me because I was in a point in my life where, you know, I was angry all the time because of the situation that we was in, you know. And it's a fight each and every day, you know. And I enjoy this fight because I always believe that I'm a dad doing something that I love. You know, that's just the end of the day. Like I would promote this app, promote my family to the day that I'm done. You know, and it's like no one will ever match my passion when it comes to my app. You know, or our app. You know, because it was my fetus in this other metaphor. You know, and now that it's crawling, and then next it's gonna be walking, and then next you know it's gonna be adult. You know, it's gonna be gone. You know, to the point where it's like I can sit back and we can pass this on to everyone. That everyone family, you know, because we get started, we the trailblazers, but if anything were to happen to any of us right now on the team, we should still be able to make it afloat. You know what I'm saying? So so just with that being said, like I appreciate everybody that put the time and effort, you know, into the For the Culture app because it's big. It means a lot to me. You know, the night that it launched, you know, I even shed a tear a little bit because it was a big thing for me. You know, because you know, being where I'm from, it's a lot. Like, you know, it's a lot. You know, we sit around there. Like, it used to be called the murder capital. Like, D.C. was really bad. Like, it was really bad. Yeah, you know, and it's just like, you know, it wasn't no hope. But now it's like pushing things. Like, I go back to my neighborhood, and guys like, bro, I downloaded the app. I did this. I did that. You know, and it makes me, you know, excited because this is the potential. You know, and you know, I'm proud and I'm honored to be on here. Like I said, I'm grateful. You know, you guys reached out because I was unsure. You know, I'm always trying to push everything. You know, push anybody come to me, I promote them. You know, I do what I can. You know, and I feel like it should be full circle. Like we need to create a networking system where we're not trying to look up. Like and it's no shade or anything like, but we can't just instantly try to DM or send message to the Breakfast Club because we're trying to get up to their level. Like we gotta mingle with peers that's beside us because we're gonna have the same hunger. You know, they there for a reason. You know, and I feel like right here, like right now, we in a position where we can like feed off each other and get to that point together. So we already know once they get to that level of being high up, it's not necessarily, oh, you gonna switch sides or you change. It's like we've been doing this together for years. You know, so we know how to feed off each other. So I look forward to like networking with you guys, like not just right here, but you know, in the future, and coming to you guys shows, you know, pop-up shops. Like I'm there, like I'm there, my team there, my family there, like just trying to support by any means, because it's like, you know, it's hard. Like it's hard. Like I have friends that's art majors, and they was like, it's tough, you know, and it's like I don't know that. I don't know, but I always hear it get downplayed. I heard it get downplayed a lot, and it's like you don't understand, like even like with the Harlem Renaissance, that was big for me. Like without just learning about it, like that was big for me because, she's like through their creativity, they told a story, you know, their own story. And I know you guys are telling stories every day, and every time you draw, you paint, or you know whatever it may be, you know. And I commend you guys for that.
Appreciate it. And that's when I think, like KG said, you got to keep on doing it. You got to keep on at it. You got to keep on, like, let this be. This is your life. Always create. Always push forward, and don't get over that fear of not wanting to share, not wanting to connect with people. I think once you can get over that and get out here to these events and mix and mingle, it becomes your life, and that's how you live, and that's how you survive off of it, because now you're in the living, breathing atmosphere of where the creatives network, the way they get around, the way that you see, just like people that work 9 to 5s, they work this building, they work that building. This is the art scene, and this is, we need to get out, support each other, and show love.
Yes.
Always support. It's nothing. It's just support, create, and support. That's what you should do.
Thank you to all of our guests here today. Like this has been a really dope show. Like, so thank you everybody. And this,
appreciate y'all coming.
Yes, this concludes this episode of the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Catch us next Friday at 7 o'clock, same time, same place. Again, thank you everybody. This has been the Artist Exchange Radio Show, powered by Be Exposed radio.com. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I have a really busy day today. I'll see you all tonight at the Ahadi Audio Art Space. Thank you for tuning in. Talk to you next week.
We appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the